what Hal Steinbrenner's doing, what he's thinking about. I mean, I'm sorry, 30 years of Brian Cashman to put a team together the way that he did this year, he should be gone.
Yeah, well, not only that, but then you give Aaron Boone a 3-year deal.
Aaron Boone should be gone.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I mean, when you sit there and you look at the New York Yankees, what Girardi had in 2017, missing the World Series by one game because they lost to a team that was cheating.
Right. The Astros.
Yeah. And you turn around, and for 4 years, you gave Boone better talent,
Right.
and he couldn't get any closer. And twice he's gone out in the wild cards, and you sit there and you reward him with another 3-year contract. I mean, Hal Steinbrenner is not his father.
Right.
And now you know the difference between the Yankees of George and the Yankees of Hal. George wanted to win. George cared about winning first.
Oh, yeah.
And if you couldn't do the job, he got rid of you. Hal's more of a give me a good product so people come in and buy our stuff.
Right.
Championships don't matter anymore.
Yeah, and that's a shame.
Because he's not his father. He's not a fan. He doesn't care about winning. You're not going to see 28 until you get someone that wants to win. You need someone that's not going to just sit there and kiss the players behind every time they do bad. Say, oh, they're trying.
Right.
They'll do better.
Right.
You turn around and you say, you know what? If you don't want to play, tell me, and I'll put you on the bench, and I'll give someone else a try.
Well, my thing too, Marty, is the Yankees fans, you and I, we expect a better product. And you know what? The mere fact that they have not won since 2009 is a disgrace. I mean, look at the Red Sox. The Red Sox put up a heck of a fight, and they were, what, 2 games, or 1 game or 2 games away from the World Series.
Yeah.
You know, and they were dead and gone in July.
Yeah.
Or August, I should say.
Well, the Yankees gave it back to them.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. Anyway, one thing I love about this new time slot, Marty, is that we're going to be able to talk up the Monday Night Football game, whether it's good or bad. Mm-hmm. Now, you know, on paper last year, you probably would have said the Giants and Kansas City, oh, not a bad game, you know. But Kansas City's way down, and the Giants are even farther down. So what are you thinking about tonight? You think the G-Men can find a way at Kansas City?
As bad as Kansas City's playing, I think the Giants have a chance.
I would love to see them beat Kansas City, who's currently 3-4. And Mahomes has been beat up.
Well, he's been playing with a bad offensive line.
Yeah. Yeah, he has not had the protection.
I mean, I don't know if it can't be the injuries from the Super Bowl or from last year before the Super Bowl, because the only reason why the Bucks won the Super Bowl last year was because Kansas City was on their 3rd string of offensive linemen, and they had no way of stopping the talent.
Right.
The talent on defense that Tampa Bay had.
Yeah. Oh, we have a phone call on the line 2. Is that it? I don't know. Did we lose him? Anyway. Oh, you there, bro? Well, you know what? It's okay. I think we're having some issues with the phones, but that's all right. It's our first time back. If you guys want to keep trying, Mark, Uncle Rich, I gave the numbers out just in case. Try to get a couple of phone callers. Martin, who knows? I haven't seen or talked to Martin. God only knows what if everybody's still healthy and well. Let's hope so.
That's the big thing you care about is make sure everybody's well.
Absolutely. And
your dad's down in Florida.
Knock on wood. My parents made it to Florida, and life is good. Dad's pushing 80, so I forgot to even tell you guys, but I will be down there for his 80th birthday. Don't tell him though; it's a big surprise. So
and when is that?
That's coming up soon, like a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
A few weeks, yeah.
I don't know when his birthday is. So.
November 19th.
I'll have to make sure I slip you a birthday card to bring down with you for.
And you know what? Mikey's birthday's coming up soon too. It's Semper Fi Day. I know that. Right, Mike? He won't admit to it, but anyways. All right, so enough about the World Series. I wish I cared more, but, the Astros have just rubbed me wrong for the last few years due to the cheating scandal and all that stuff. And the Braves, well, you know what? I'd rather see the Braves win, to be honest with you.
I mean, and I'll tell you, the American League Championship Series, it was kind of hard to root. You picked your poison. The cheaters in Houston or the cheaters in Boston. Take your pick.
You know what? The only reason I was
Because you got remember one thing.
yeah.
The cheater from Houston that went to manage the Red Sox and took them to the World Series and won in 2018 had 2019 off, and he's back behind at the helm of being manager again. So once a cheater, always in my book. Once a cheater, always a cheater.
That's what's been said. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what's been said. I've heard that many times over the course of my life. Once a cheater, always a cheater. I have heard that. All right, Marty. So, anything else in the World Series? Are you even going to watch? Yeah, you know what? I'm probably going to watch just because I want to see it. Like last night, I watched the Sunday night game instead.
That's what I did. I switched over when I thought it was almost. I said, let's check it out. Basically, I turned on the ESPN. Figured right after the football game was over. Figured the game was over.
Yeah.
So I switched over to ESPN to get a score, and then it said it was bottom of the eighth. So I switched over to Fox to watch
Now, did Atlanta come back at all?
No.
Okay, so the final's 9-5.
Yeah.
I didn't miss anything. Okay, and actually, you know what? Last night I was trying to watch my spooky movies. I watched Halloween and I watched Friday the 13th the other day, and I'm one of those spooky movie type guys. I get no kids at my house for Halloween. I bought another bag of candy that's sitting there, and I'm gonna end up eating, unfortunately. But I ended up watching the Cowboys, and I'll tell you what, that kid Cooper.
Let's see if it connects.
Oh yeah, okay. Hello. Hey.
Hello.
Mark, you there?
Marty.
Hey, there he is.
Matt, how are you?
Hey, brother, welcome to the show. Bear with us because, it's the first time in a long time. We actually are the first live show as well. So there's a little kinks in, but Mark, we are sitting. Can you watch us at all?
So I tried getting you on my cable, which
Yeah.
is the AT&T cable,
Okay.
which I'm able to get like every public access station in the state.
Okay.
But it is not coming up.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, you're going to have probably...
Mike told me to go on to YouTube.
Yep.
And I'm watching you guys on YouTube.
That's awesome. You know what? Because I was just going to say, pass the word. We're on YouTube. We're on Sky 13, the Sky 13 website as well.
It's a live stream.
Yeah.
Mike did say, I guess you guys have a little bit of a delay.
Okay.
But the set looks awesome. You guys look awesome.
Thank you. You know what?
I'm so happy that you guys are back on the air.
Well, I'll tell you what, bro.
Missed it.
Yeah, you know what? Sunday was not an option anymore, so we decided on Monday, which is good for the us three so far, and hopefully it's going to continue to be good, and we can pump up Monday Night Football now. I think we're going to like Monday.
I think we are too.
I think we're going to like it.
I think we did Monday before.
Mark would know. We were probably on every channel out there, or every time. I mean, you've been with us for 15 years now.
I remember when you were down on Huntington Avenue.
Yep, Huntington Avenue. Yep.
And we used to go over to, I think it was called Spectators over on Watertown Avenue on Monday nights for wings after the show to watch some of the Monday night games.
Well, Mark, I don't know. Would you agree or disagree?
Oh, absolutely. I remember that. And I always thought that Monday night was the best slot. I know we got pushed out of that Monday night a couple of times, but to have Monday Night Football afterwards, baseball afterwards, college basketball afterwards, it was always a great lead-in. It was a great conversation piece, because everything was starting at 7:30.
Yeah, right,
so it
exactly.
always seemed to work out well to have a 7 o'clock on Monday night.
Well, that's what I was going to say. You know what? And Marty and I already mentioned, Monday Night Football kicks off about 8:15, 8:30, and Giants KC, not a great game tonight, but we're going to get a good game one of these weeks, and we'll have that to talk up. Leading right after the show, pretty much, and he'll give us a half an hour.
There's big interest still. I know the Giants aren't off to a great start, but still, that's the interest in the area, and people are going to want to call in and talk about the Giants. Right.
Well, let's hope so. We're getting the word out that we're back, and Mark, so appreciate your calling. Obviously, my brother and I have managed to spend some time over the last year and a half, but. It's just great catching up. It's great to have you back part of the show, Mark. And now you know where we are. You know where to get us. Apparently, the show will be archived starting tomorrow. Probably Big Al Coles was telling us we're probably within like 24 hours from now. So I'm actually going to check it out tomorrow night just to see, how good or bad we did, or just be cool. It's just cool that it's on.
So, Mark, how are you boys doing?
Need a little time to shake the rust off, but so far you guys sound good. You look good.
Awesome.
The set looks fantastic.
The set is awesome, isn't it? That's all Big Al Cole's, so we got to thank him for that one. Marty was just asking how the boys are doing.
Boys are all doing well. Jack is up in Yukon. Actually mentioned to him that tonight, I don't know if you guys realized that tonight there's I guess a walk-in scrimmage of some sort where the men's team is playing against each other. I think this might be an exciting year for Yukon basketball. I
hope
was
so.
texting Jack to see if he was going to run over to Gamble and check it out.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, we could use some good men's basketball here in the state. I know that what's that?
I think it's going to be back. I think Yukon's. I think they're going to be the real deal this year.
I know that the preseason, I was reading up, they are in the top 25 in the preseason poll. They'll have their walkover games, hopefully with Central and everything, but they need to win all these games. They certainly need to make up for the football program, which is just an atrocity now.
You got the women to take care of that. They're ranked in the top 5.
Right. That's true. Now, Mark, I know that you weren't available because we had asked you, and I was just talking to Marty about the Yale-Yukon football game, which Yukon's only win of the year so far, and they were up, I forget what it was, like 14-0 at the half. And then Yale kind of came back. Final was 21-15. Yukon, unfortunately, is like 1-8 now.
I was in Cape Cod. I went to the game for 1 or 2.
Yeah. So the football program, the whole Edsel debacle is over, right? I mean, it's over.
As far as I guess.
Yeah.
Edsel is officially not part of the program any longer.
Yeah.
So.
Well, would you?
It will. I mean, we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be tough to play as an independent.
Yeah, it really
they're going to, probably get a lot of games where they're just going to get beat up. Clemson and
that's next, by the way.
Big schools are going to call in Yukon and Yukon will take those games for a payday, but they're going to get beat up.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that because Clemson is next.
Yeah. Are they coming up here?
That's not going to be pretty.
No, they're good. They're going to Clemson. They have a bye this week, so I think it's like the 13th or 14th or something like that. But they're going to get whipped. I mean, they already went out to Fresno State and got whipped. Middle Tennessee, they got whipped. They actually lost to UMass again. I mean, they've got to find a way to win that game against UMass.
What you hope with UConn is you hope finally they find a way to get a big-time coach that can recruit to come in and fix the program. And seriously, go get a coach. I mean, don't be taking people that are just willing to take the job for what you want to offer. It costs you a little more, bring in a big-time coach.
Right.
You have to.
Marty, I'm going to say this, though. I think that they gave Edsel a pretty good piece of change to take on the job.
Yeah.
And I think the bigger issue is not belonging to a conference.
Well, I agree with you there, too. Yeah. That's tough.
Dedicated games year after year, playing Boston College, playing Syracuse, playing, those big schools like we used to get. We used to get West Virginia. We used to get all those big schools and big names.
Yeah, what happened is Blumenthal decided to sue everybody, and no real conference wants to take us because I mean, look what happened. UConn left the AAC to go independent because he said there was no competition there. Now USF, UCF, Cincinnati, and one other one are all going over to the Big 12 now.
Wow.
I think next year.
Wow, it's crazy. Yeah, so the AAC will be gone.
No, they still got some. They still got some bottom dwellers sitting there. But basically, what's sitting there now.
Right.
And any college that was in the AAC that has a real good football program, has already jumped to other conferences, and basically what those big conferences are doing is they're picking the best out of the middle conferences and then throwing their garbage back to the middle conference.
Hey, before I forget, Mark, take a look right behind my head in that screen. Can you see that screen back there?
I did see that screen earlier. I'm not watching it here. I could put
you know
it
what?
on now.
We're
you guys are delayed, so I didn't want to have it on at the same time.
Well, eventually we're gonna. Eventually, we're going to have video rolling, you know. That is a still of me, you, Paul, and Paul's buddy at the Yale football game, the Yale-Harvard game, probably a couple of years ago because we were
And
looking...
actually, you know what? That's cousin CJ.
Oh, that's cousin CJ. Okay, yeah, that could be it. That could be it. Yeah, and so eventually we will get this thing working right. This wasn't on Sky. This was on me and Marty. We couldn't get any good video for tonight, but we're gonna make this thing better. Especially now we're on YouTube. We have to, man.
Yeah.
We have to. We don't know who's gonna be watching. You know, that just like Don Mattingly told Derek Jeter one time. He goes, "We always have to hustle because we never know who's watching."
Right.
And that's a fact about life. You know. So Mark, thank you so much for calling. Really appreciate it. Glad you're watching this on YouTube, and I'll keep reminding you until you get used to us being on Monday night. But you're welcome to call. Obviously, you're welcome to come down. Whatever you want to do, you're always a part of the show.
I would love to come down and check out the set one of these days. Guys, keep up the good work. Welcome back. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there excited that you're back on.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'll tell you what, I'm excited that.
Yeah, I
we're
think it's
back
great.
on. Yeah. Thank you so much, bro. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Good night, guys.
Love you. Yeah, I'll tell you, it's Marty, I had this nervous energy all day. Now, I always kind of have a nervous energy anyways, but today I was like, I can't wait to get back on, but what's going to happen? How's things going to work? Is Monday going to work?
I think Monday works perfect.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, big thing about that Jet game, you know.
Oh, the Jets, right? Let's talk some football. We have
Okay.
to. And I have to slip in the NASCAR, my one and two liners in NASCAR. But football, yes, the Jets yesterday.
Mike White's first start in the NFL,
Yeah.
405 yards.
Yeah, and 3 TDs?
Three
4
TDs?
Yeah.
Three TDs.
Yeah.
The last Jet quarterback to start a game, throw for over 400 yards,
Who's that?
Vinny Testaverde, 20 years ago.
Wow. And I saw that the Jets, after I could not even think, because I drew a blank, I could not even think who their quarterback was that got hurt.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. So when Zach Wilson got hurt, I heard that they traded for Joe Flacco again. Have you heard that?
Yeah.
All right, so Joe Flacco is now backing up a rookie quarterback, right? Well, he's not a rookie.
He's not a rookie.
He just has no starts. Well, he has one start now.
He has one start now. He's a 26-year-old journeyman.
Yeah. Hey, that's great for the Jets, though, you know?
Hey, what was Brady?
Yeah, right. It's so true. Absolutely, you know. And I love those stories in the NFL. I really do. You know, and even if you watch the Cowboys last night, Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's been in the league for 4 years, and you know he found a way yesterday. Got his shot with the Cowboys. It wasn't pretty, but they beat
found a way to win?
Yeah, they beat the Vikings in Minnesota.
It's like same thing with Simeon for
Right. I
for
was thinking about
New
him,
Orleans.
for New Orleans.
He beat the GOAT.
Yeah, that was a good game too. You know what? Brady's my fantasy quarterback, so I have to root for him. I'll be honest with you, Marty. You know, we haven't been on the air. You and I haven't really. We've hung out a few times, obviously. But I don't hate Tom Brady anymore. No. In fact, I rooted for him last year, and I root for him every week because they're on every week now.
Yeah,
and now he's my fantasy quarterback.
Well, last year I was rooting for him in the Super Bowl, and the biggest reason why is now he's able to sit there and say, I was able to do it without Bill.
Right.
Because everybody said he couldn't win without Bill, and Bill couldn't win without him. Yeah. Well, he just proved he can win without Bill. Now it's Bill's turn to find a quarterback and win without him.
Well, it's funny you say that because I like Mac Jones. And, yeah, I mean, I think the Patriots are a few years away. But if Mac Jones can stay healthy and they continue to build a team around him, I mean, look at, they're 4-4, and they won yesterday, a nice win at the L.A. Chargers.
Yeah, at the Chargers, yeah.
You know, and I've been watching a lot of Mac Jones. I think he's got a lot of poise.
He looks good.
Yes, and you know what? I knew that Cam Newton was not the answer. And I was glad when they cut Cam Newton. To be honest with you.
And I'll tell you, if you look at the starting quarterbacks drafted out of this past year's draft, the only one that has a decent record is Matt Jones, and nobody wanted him. He fell 12th or 13th all the way down to the Patriots.
Yeah, and I mean he played at big time school, Alabama, right? He was a legit quarterback in college. You know, the Pats are off next week, So we've actually touched on all the locals while we're jumping around. So the Pats won yesterday, 27-24. Nice win.
Yeah.
Definitely a nice win. They're like I said, 4-4. They're off. They had their bye week. The Jets are actually at the Colts next Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday.
Oh, what am I talking about? 3 days away.
3 days
Right, 3
away,
days away.
yeah.
Right. And you know what?
Mike White gets his second start.
I would love to see the Jets, do something now.
And I'll tell you, it's a winnable game.
It is a winnable game because I'll tell you what, Carson Wentz he's all over the place with the Colts. I don't get it. And I guess that's why the Eagles gave up on him, you know? It's too bad because I thought he was legit, but.
But I'll tell you, the Eagles just gotta pray that the Colts keep running them out there, because as bad as the Colts have been playing, if Wentz plays 75% of their games, that second or third round pick becomes their first round pick. Oh. So they can end up with 3 first round picks.
Right. Well,
this year.
I think Carson Wentz is, going to be the continued starter, I would think. But we're only in week 8.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah, and it's not even halfway now.
Right. So back to the G-Men real quick, because they are hosting my Raiders next week.
Yeah.
So
they go to the game?
You know what? I had an opportunity to go, but I'll be honest with you, Marty, it was way too expensive. And I don't feel like spending, I don't have that money to spend anymore.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, you've been to many games. I've been to many games. The only reason I went to the Yale Yukon game was not only because of rivalry, but I think I got a $10 ticket.
No, well, if they're charging more than $10 for tickets, then they're not going to have everybody in stands.
Right. And it was such a shame because, being that it was an in-state rivalry and everything, I was expecting the place to be pretty packed. There was probably 20,000 people there, if that.
Well, when you constantly put up a bad product.
Right. But Yale doesn't have a bad product.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is it. This was the first time they played.
Right.
In a very, very long time.
Right.
Now, if you play them every year, now you'll get the in-state rivalry. Now, then you'll start getting the fans going, because it'll be the north against the south in the state of Connecticut.
Right.
The northern.
I was actually glad to see that they redid that rivalry. Marty, we're down to like 1 minute, so let me just blast this out. I know we talked about it. Final race this in NASCAR for the championship. We're down to the final 4. It's Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin. Whoever ends up first amongst those 4 will be the champion. And the race is at Phoenix, and I want to say it's like a 3 or 4 o'clock start on Sunday. I know you're not a huge NASCAR guy, but I'll be watching. And Marty, just they all have wins as well. So I know you. I know you always criticized and hated the NASCAR playoffs race, but Larson has 9 wins, Chase Elliott 2 wins, Martin Truex Jr. 4 wins, and Denny Hamlin has 2 wins as well. So I think it's legit. I think the point standings thing is finally working for NASCAR.
Yeah, but I still say.
20 seconds.
All right, 20 seconds. All right, thanks, Mike.
I still say, somehow or another, you got to figure out a way that one of them has to also win the race.
Okay. Thank you, Mike, Big Al Coles, Marty. It's always great to be back. Mark, thanks for calling, my brother. Thanks to everybody here at Sky, and please turn in to sky13.com or search us on YouTube and watch the shows, all of them. Thank you.